You
Business first.
responsibly party,
Yeah. I wasn't partying. I'm partying. I'll just handle the responsibilities first.
Right.
In the words of heaven, purse first, ass last.
Purse first, ass last. I like that.
Miami hustle, baby.
This episode is brought to you by AMG. If you're involved in any type of accident, don't hesitate to call 305 AMG Help. They are the winning team and they will have your back. Today in the Miami Hustle, we got the legend, JT Money in the building.
Yeah.
You already know who that.
Who that? What's up, Miami Hustlers?
Yes,
worldwide.
Sir. Hey, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
You're a legend in these streets. Everybody knows you, so it's a blessing to have you here with us. And to get to, so everybody knows a little bit about you, the ones that don't know, where you from?
Yeah, I'm from Miami, Florida, born and raised.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And so being raised in Miami, how was that for you?
Well, it made me who I am, so, I'm thankful and grateful, I learned a lot in these Miami streets, do's and don'ts and how-tos, and I carry that worldwide with me, and it works everywhere.
Yes, sir.
It's respected everywhere.
You got to live and learn.
Yeah, you got to live and learn.
And you learn a lot out here.
Right.
It's a fast life.
Right.
I feel like it builds character. That's what I like to say.
I agree. I concur.
Yeah, I was born and raised here too. And I wouldn't want to be born and raised anywhere else. I want my kids to be born and raised here too. So
down with that.
It's all love. And then being from Miami, when did you get into the music game?
Well, officially we got signed to Luke Records, Tulak Luke, in 1989. And our first album came out in 1990, Two Low Life Mothers, Poison Clan. Well, let me give you a rundown, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. My name is JT Money from the almighty Poison Clan. If you haven't heard of Poison Clan, we are a Miami-based rap group. We originated the Florida gangster rap, turned to club music. Our first album was 1990, Two Low Life Mothers. And that's with me and my partner, Debonair. And after that, me and Deb split. They went and do Home Team, pick it up. And I kept the Poison Clan thing going. I grabbed Man Ball and Uzi, Big Ram out the neighborhood, and, we just a clan. Then I did Poisonous Mentality. That's like my first solo album, but we still called it Poison Clan. And that's what you get, Shake What Your Mama Gave You, I Ain't Hoes, I Want Action. It was big in the streets, and that kind of set the tone for JT Money. And, Rough Town Behavior, 1993. Straight Zooism, 95, which was the last Poison Clan album, 95. And then I started doing my solo projects, as JT Money. I moved up to Atlanta because I had a deal with Dallas Austin and Capitol Records, And, I did the rap single of the year, Billboard single of the year, Who That?
Yes, sir.
1999, Pimpin' on Wax was that album, it spawned a lot of good records that still work today for me. And, did 2 albums over there, Blood, Sweat, and Years, hit them high, hit them low. We got a lot of this music. So it's been like
that's classics.
Almost 35 years professionally.
That's what's up.
That's
respect.
Yeah, and I put out a few independent albums since then. Since 2002, I've been doing my independent thing, Return to the B, out the Chevy Gang, Run the Yard, all that. And just keep moving, and I think that's the name of the game. You just got to keep grinding, man. Obstacles, you figure out a way to go up, over it, through it, or around it, whatever you got to do, right.
That's what it's about, bro. That's what the hustle's about. You got to figure it out, and you got to keep moving forward.
That's that, man.
And respect to you, because you've been in the game for a while. And back in the day, I feel like it was a lot harder, because nowadays, if you have a single or you have an album, you can promote it on social media.
On social media, one click.
Yeah,
so go viral.
Tell me about how, like, back when you did the first album, shout out to Uncle Luke, shout out to Poison Clan, shout out to everybody. But again, I feel like it was a lot harder. So how do you put out music back in that day? Like, how do
It
you get the
costs more.
right connections? You
Right.
know?
And you had to go see people. We really had to go politic. We really had to go shake hands and kiss babies and go. When I say a promo tour, we all packed up in the van with a bunch of flats, posters, records, still vinyl, still tapes, still CDs. You
Yep.
got to go to every city and meet these program directors to get them to play your records. Posters and flyers was heavy out, but I mean, you had to go to work. But I enjoyed it because I got to travel. I like this part of the game, traveling. I like visiting new places, but it costed more. Look, even recording costed more. Like you got to think, studio time would have been about 100, 200 an hour, but then you got to get these big old tapes that cost
Yeah.
$200, and you can only put 3 songs on them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
right now, you do everything digitally,
Everything is
and
different.
nothing costs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can do it straight from your phone. So, with that being said, like
I feel like it was more of a risk back
yeah,
then.
more of a risk. You couldn't play. Everybody couldn't just do anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You had
A lot
to,
more like figuring it out.
yeah, you got to figure it out and know what you're doing before you spend your money. But that's really the difference. And it's a lot more money now. Cause back then they didn't believe in the hip hop or the rap game. They really thought it was gonna be a phase. Like, oh, that's gonna die. They, them older heads before us. But y'all see we lasting. Like them people say hip hop 50 years old. I've been around 35 of them professionally. That's crazy.
That is, yeah.
That's crazy.
And shout out to you again. You got to respect the hustle, bro.
Yeah.
And you just kept going. You never
Right.
gave up. I'm sure
Right.
there was a lot of ups and downs in the beginning.
Definitely.
Tell us a little bit about that. Like, how are you able to overcome obstacles? Because I'm
Well-
sure it was hard trying to make it in music,
Right.
you know?
Right. Well, one thing about me was good for me was I was blessed enough to make a name before them people took over the game. So they really couldn't just fire me. It's
Yeah.
like, they make them and break them all day. They couldn't break me because I was JT Money before I got with them. I was Boys and Clan before I got with them. But you make way more money messing with them, but they can't stop you from getting yours. So I can still hit the chitlin circuit. I can still do them one-off dates. And so I was still able to maintain as long as I'm willing to go to work. And that's what I always did. That's what I tell my boys, boy, man. I say, y'all ain't getting y'all money because y'all ain't getting y'all money. You got to go. But they see it today, and we back. I got the Poison Clan on the album, but we'll talk about that. But the hard times is it wasn't hard for me, but it's hard like from their perspective. Like if you come off this big old record and then you go independent 2 years later, they just looking at black and white. They like, oh, he done fell off. But I'm just an artist. I'm not no record company. I ain't got the machine, the marketing, promotions, and all them dollars they got. That's how they was able to move the numbers, But when my people, my core audience got a hold of my music, I'm big in the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
We was
sir.
working. It was good.
That's what matters.
Yeah, that was just a blessing for me, though.
Yeah, that's what matters. I mean, with music, I know a lot of it is business. You know, you
Right,
can have
definitely.
a talented artist that makes
Right.
hits on hits on hits, but if he doesn't get noticed or he's not around the right
Right.
people or the right team, he's not going to go
Right.
anywhere.
True
So
story.
I like what you said about how they take care of all that stuff, and
Right.
it allows you to just be the artist.
All right.
So how important is, hey, shout out to Mike, by the way. Mike is the one that made this happen. Shout out to Bree. Shout out to the squad out here.
Yes.
It takes a team. So
Right.
tell me about like how you move and how you have a team and how that helps.
Yeah,
Just so
definitely.
any artist that's like listening, trying to be 100% alone, or
Yeah,
independent.
you can't do it. Nobody can do it by themselves, and I don't care who he is. I thought I was super, but you need a team. Like I got a chick who handles my calendar, media base. He do calendar, make sure all my stuff in order. Brother Breeze, he made sure that my whole project. He was doing some booking and things for me, Nephew, make sure I get where I gotta be at on time. The Don got my support, but my DJ, but everybody got a role to play, and then we all support it. But the thing is, with the team, what I tell people, like artists, people work how they get paid too, so don't be scared to split the money. You know what I'm saying? You ain't do it by yourself, man. Let people eat.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, let people eat, man. I'm telling you, because we can do this a long time. If it ain't broke, we ain't trying to fix it. If it's messed up, somebody trying to fix something, And again, I lasted this long doing good business, man. and
Yeah.
being professional, young artists. Be professional. Where y'all at? Yeah, respect people's time, you know. Just be professional, man. It go a long way, man, because everybody want to be gangster. Listen, I was the first gangster out here player, and I was GR. You run a business, run a business.
No,
Be a
100%. You
businessman.
got to be a professional, especially
Yeah,
when
man.
you're meeting all these different type of people.
Right. Keyword, different type of people. You know, different people is one thing, but different, you know, attitudes coming from this, you know,
Yeah.
you got to know how to, yeah, man.
So how was it with you learning the business side of the music as you were being like coming up as an artist?
Well, I learned everything how I bumped my head. Nobody taught me
Yeah.
anything. Only thing I knew was possession, like to control my stuff. Possession 9/10 of the law. You know, I got that from Luke. You know what I'm saying?
True, true.
On
So
the,
you didn't have anyone really guiding you. You were
nah,
just
I
trying to
just
figure
bumped,
all this
man.
out as you made music
As I
and
made
built the
music,
business.
but I had a following. Like it was a, they wanted it back then. The game wasn't as big as it is now. Like we had Jay. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, what we talking about? We saying what I did.
Like as an artist, as you were becoming bigger as an artist, how were you able to learn about the business and
Oh yeah,
manage
well
that
that's
too?
just time. You know, you're gonna learn stuff, especially after you go through one bad deal and try to make the next deal better to make the next deal better. Then you learn to negotiate. You know, because 100% of nothing ain't nothing. You know what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So you rather get that money and then take a percentage and then let them worry about it because they gonna get their money. And then as an artist, you gotta do the right thing with the money. You know, a lot of cats go straight to the shoe store, the jewelry store. You know what I'm saying? In the
You gotta,
strip club,
I feel like you gotta make the money move.
make the money
Like if you
move.
get
Right.
money, you gotta alleviate some of your stress and some of the
That's
stuff that
right.
you're handling and hire people.
Yeah,
Because
hire
then
people. Right.
it enables you to, like you said, be the artist and
See,
like
that's
continue
smart
to
business.
make good music,
Cause that's all they
good
do.
product.
You find out who they hiring or how they, you know, and you find
Yeah,
someone
yeah,
that
yeah.
does that, and you can move. Especially today, though, you can move as a major if it's done right. My thing is just reinvest back into the project, man. I'm a firm believer of that, and I ain't scared to invest in myself. Whether it's booking a show, taking a flight just to go see somebody, because you know that meeting might bring forth something else. You know, cats talk a lot, but they, you know, they'll go spend in the strip club, but they won't buy them tickets to go to the, you know what I'm saying, wherever it's at. And, you know, and it is networking. I mean, all that's important, man. It's important.
Yeah, for sure. And to any artist that's listening out there, when you talk about networking, like what helped you in that sense of like is it who you want to work with, who you want to feature with, or is it just networking as in connections that
Well, me, I'm a cool guy for real, right? So I kind of knew damn near everybody when they was interning, when they was coming up, and then they get in position, and then it's like, oh Jay, they remember me, like, yeah, you a cool boy. So my networking and relationships was different. You know, it was like some people remember stuff I don't even remember. They like, nah, boy, you was the first one to take us, and you did this for us, and I'm like, wow, like,
yeah
thank God I was real back then,
yeah
because
yeah yeah
it was their
exactly yeah
turn to get on me if they could have. Like, oh no, we ain't doing nothing. We ain't playing none of his music. They like Jay, yeah, but bring Jay on through. So that back to being professional and you know,
treating
yeah,
people with
yeah, treating
respect. I
people with
feel like
respect, right? And that was another thing, the respect part. Like I ain't never been holier than thou. Act like I'm better than nobody. You know, we all on the level. We eye to eye. You know, and we can go from there. You know, the grind, man.
speaking of relationships, I want to shout out a couple Miami rappers. You
Yeah,
know, Deslock out
my
here.
brother.
You know, Pitbull.
Yeah,
All
my
these
brother.
people coming up, Flow Rider. Like,
Yeah,
how
all
was
of
that
my
like for
brothers.
you to witness all of them be as big as you as well? You
I'm,
know, like
I'm
all you guys on the come
them
up.
boys on another level. Like Pit and Flow, I love them guys too. But nah, I mean they carrying us with them.
Yeah.
Like when they go out, they repping Miami. You know what I'm saying? And then when they look back at Miami, I'll be right there.
Hey, speaking of repping Miami, shout out Yuli.
Yeah,
Yuli
Yuli Monster,
Diaz
man.
brought you out.
That's right.
That was raw. That
That's
was raw.
right.
I was out there. That was
Okay.
best way to start a fight is bringing out JT Money. That was crazy. I didn't even see that coming.
Nobody did.
And he got the W. First round knockout too. That was crazy.
No, the funny part is he predicted it.
Yeah?
The boy said
He tends to do
he said,
that,
I'm gonna
yeah.
knock this out in the first round. I said, okay, okay.
That's what's up. Shout out Yuli again. But yeah, man, that's the culture. I mean,
Right,
we all come from nothing, but we try to make it some way,
right,
somehow. And I feel like again, that's the Miami hustle. Like
right.
within us is some type of hustle that keeps us moving, keeps us grinding, keeps us like
Yeah, we
motivated.
had to. All right, when I moved out of town, when I was up in the A for the first time, this way back in, just say 96, and places was closing at 10 o'clock. Wasn't nobody on the street with fruits or t-shirts. I'm like, boy, at the crib, I'm people
Yeah,
hustling 24 hours a
yeah,
day. Like,
yeah,
when Ross made that every day on hustle. I'm like,
yeah.
that's the
Yep,
definition of
yep.
the Miami thing. Because them boys, you can go anywhere and see somebody trying to get them some money on
Yep,
every corner.
yep.
You know what I'm saying? And
That's
that's
how it
what I
is.
was used to. So when I get up in other places and I don't see that, I'm like, they ain't hustling. They don't want that.
Bro, even Winwood nowadays,
Right,
Winwood is its own hustle now. Like
right.
back in the day, it wasn't really like that. But
Nah,
you pull up to Winwood now, there's a shop, there's a restaurant, there's a
every,
bar, there's a club in every
every,
single corner.
right, every corner,
And
right.
that's what's up, bro. That's really who we are. That's
A
what we
whole nother
represent.
city within the city.
Yes, sir. And you mentioned Rick Ross.
Yeah,
So I know you got a new single out.
yeah.
It's called Miami Mount Rushmore.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to you. Shout out to the squad, Trick Daddy.
Trick Daddy,
So tell
Rick
me about
Ross.
that track. Like, what made you want to make that? How did that happen?
Well, the fans been on my social media for the longest. When y'all gonna do an album? Y'all do a
Hey,
project?
it's
Y'all
always nice to see
eh,
artists from Miami all get
collaborate,
together.
get
Yeah.
together, right? So I was able to pull it off to get both of them to do the record. And once we did the record, everybody was happy. Like I'm glad I was able to present that. I'm glad them boys lent me their talents, to put this together. Shout out to them boys. And but it's funny. After that, we gave them the single. They're like, "Yeah, boy, Miami, now y'all need to do an album." I'm like,
That's what I was just gonna
it,
say.
it took 10. It took 10 years to get a
That's
single.
damn,
All
yeah.
right, well, hopefully y'all take that single far as we can go, and it's gonna make sense. We'll get them boys back in the studio,
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
do the project.
Nah, I can imagine it might
Yeah.
not be that easy to put an album
No,
together because everybody's schedule is,
right.
crazy.
But again, we're in the digital world. We drop something, we send it.
True,
We
true,
like it,
true.
you drop them vocals, send it back.
How
And
have you been adjusting to the digital world nowadays? Like,
well, I'm adjusting. I like it. I mean, shoot, I'm on the FL studio and everything, making beats, doing my own thing. But I mean, it's cool. Like if I need to airdrop you something or send you something, I can do it right then and there. And then you ain't gotta walk around with these
with a hard
big
drive.
cases and hard drives and record crates and CD boxes.
That's crazy, bro.
And I can send this from here to wherever in the world in just a push of a button. So I'm not mad at that part of the game at all.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely better for everybody. We
Right,
used to have CD players back in the days.
right,
That's crazy.
right. Cars don't even
iPods, bro.
Yeah,
Like that's wild compared to what we have now.
right,
But yeah, man, now I feel like it's you gotta be on top of your game even more because it's so easy to put out music that
right,
people that aren't really artists or are
right,
just kind of flirting
right,
with it
right.
are putting out music. So there's music kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
So you gotta make sure
Yeah,
it's
you get a
quality.
lot. And then there's some people just good with the algorithms. They know what to do. Like
I'm
the
still trying.
artists
I'm
don't
still
know.
trying to figure out the
Me too. I don't
algorithms.
know. The artists don't know what to do, but this dude here that don't,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah,
he
yeah,
find a way to
bro.
do this and
That's really how it is.
it's the game.
That's why you just gotta be a student to the game.
Student, right.
You gotta
Always.
keep trying to learn. It's a different world we're living in now, bro.
That's another one. You always got to keep learning. That I'm glad you said that because cats get to a point they get comfortable. They think they know everything. Like me, all right, boom. I'm talking about I'm 30 years. I done did this, did that, saw that, but then them young soldiers like, no, OG, we do it like this now. Y'all still gotta get on the level to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
reach. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but if I'm acting like, oh, you don't know nothing, it's my way. You watch them just fade away. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you think you know everything, you gotta be around some different rooms
Right.
and learn some more stuff. Like you can't stop learning.
Right. A wise man know he don't know everything.
But yeah, man, that's what's up. So tell me about the album now.
Yes.
How's that looking?
Immortal. It's a nice body of work. I'm proud. You know what I'm saying? Co-executive produced by my brother Breeze, and
Shout out Breeze.
and then I call it Breeze's album, but it's a JT Money album because Breeze is the one made me go to work every day.
That's
My
what's
getting
up. That's
on
what's
my
up.
nerve. On my nerve. Come on, Jay, I need you to man, go on the studio. I'm gonna go hang out with these girls. You do that later.
That's a
man.
good friend though. That's a
That's
good
good
friend. It
right.
keeps you,
Right.
tunnel vision. You need
Yeah,
that.
but then look, after after we got about 4 songs, 5 songs, then I'm saying, oh no, this is something. It's finna be something. And I got nice features on there. Like I got the Mount Rushmore with Trick and Ray Ross. And the video out too, y'all. Khaled did the intro on the video. It's
Yeah, I
cold.
saw it. That's fire.
Then I got one with CeeLo Green from the Goody Mob called The Best Is Yet to Come. Then I got 8 Ball and MJG on What This Pimp About, Real Player Game. I did one with the Young Soldier from Jacksonville, Trap Beckham, on Your Best Friend. It's gonna be nice in the club. The girls gonna have fun with it.
That's
And I
what's up.
brought
That's what's
and I
up.
brought the whole Poison Clan back together. Deb, Drugs, Man, Uzi, Big Ram, myself. And we got a nice one on now with McCleasy from Grandma. He did backgrounds of the hook, and I'm featuring some of the dude. But then I'm going back to telling those stories. And then we had a party records. Then we got the full album. Look, everything ain't just the same all the way through. So I'm proud. I hope y'all enjoy it because I enjoy making it, and it's dope.
When's it coming out?
4th of July.
4th of July.
That's
You
right.
already know.
July 4th, Immortal hits the street, y'all. Say the date, lock in, tap in.
Hey, it's gonna be a party. That's 4th of July.
Yeah, right.
Gotta
4th
be
of
listening
July.
to that JT.
Let that play at your cookouts, your barbecue, at your
Yep.
functions, baby.
Yep, and that's big that you got everybody back together,
Yeah,
and you're putting a lot of people on too.
that's
Like
what I want to do.
That's what's up. Like when somebody has been in the game as long as you, and you're at the top, like there's 2 things you can do. You can try to stay at the top and not let anybody up, or you can bring people up. And I feel like that's what you do.
Yeah, well, that's what I want to do. But one of my dreams from way back, I always want to just create a doorway, another doorway. Like just say if all this is controlled, well, you could always come this way and get it off. You know what I'm saying? And you got the support. But my way of doing it is just keep working with cats. Get behind them and support them. And it goes both ways. That's what cats don't understand. Like I tell my team, shoot, it's me today, but it could be you tomorrow. I might be behind the camera. I might be the DJ. I might be taking the tickets at the door.
Damn,
Or whatever.
that's real. That's
Or I
real.
might have to stand up there and be security or your hype man. But we going to make this thing work.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. Ego and pride aside, it's about the business. But, being an artist is easy. Like I tell cats, it's easy to get caught up in yourself, especially once you done got a little taste of fame and you think the world revolves around you. But then that's when they go to letting go their team members because they think, oh, I don't need you, I don't need you. And then you see the decline. But it has to happen. You got to go through it to get through it. And then it's like, oh,
Yeah.
I done watched it 1,000 times, man, and I understand. So I be trying to tell somebody in advance so you ain't got to go through
That's what's up.
but some stuff inevitable.
That's why you got to be around people like this, and you
Yeah.
got to listen. I
And
feel like
listen.
listening is important. You gotta.
You gotta-
That's the only way to be wise, really, is to be
Right.
around the ones that have been through shit
Yeah.
and learn from them before you have to learn from, like you said, you got to go through it.
Yeah, man. Like, if you ever see one of my sons and I talk to him, I say, what's every old nigga favorite line? If I knew then what I know now. Boy, I said, because we tried to tell you.
If I knew
Growing
now,
up,
yeah.
But, and I understand the whole adolescence of the prime.
Shit, I feel that way sometimes too.
Right,
I look back,
stuff.
I'm 29, but I
Yeah.
look back at my early 20s and be
That's
like,
right.
bro, if I would have known
Yeah.
back then what I know now, and
Well,
I'm not even.
But your parents tried to tell you that. It's like, no, don't do that. That's hot,
Yeah,
but you
yeah,
still
yeah.
want to touch it. Now you got
Yeah,
this
you
little
want
burn.
to see how hot.
Yeah, how hot. They say, no, don't do that. But I mean, some stuff you got to go through it. That's part of
That's
building
what's
the
up.
character, making you who you is.
And it's tough out here too, like, cause bro, I went to school in Lakeland,
Yeah.
like after high school, and bro, I played college ball there, but it was boring, like compared to Miami, what I'm used to.
Right.
So I look around when I'm in Lakeland, and I'm like, damn, bro, I can't imagine somebody like growing up here, living up here. Because in Miami, there's a lot of distractions. Like there's
Right.
always something to do
Always.
every single night, especially if you're trying to be an artist.
You understand.
You almost feel like, yo, maybe I should be out there. Maybe I should
Yeah,
be
but-
partying. Maybe I should be in the club. Maybe I
Right.
should be in the
Not
strip.
every day.
So how do you keep yourself like not distracted in an industry like that?
No, well, my thing is, I take care of the business first. I do the work first. Then I'm like,
Okay.
well, how much time I got?
I feel like a
'Cause-
lot of people got to hear that.
Yeah, I just grew up a couple of years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I was
shit.
still partying on the way to yesterday. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
the way I balance it and maintain it,
You
business first.
responsibly
Yeah,
party, yeah.
yeah. I wasn't partying. I'm partying. I'll just handle the responsibilities first.
Right.
In the words of Pimpin, purse first, ass last.
Purse first, ass last. I like that.
Miami hustle, baby.
That's what's up.
Yeah, but that's it though. And right, that's kind of
If you don't
why.
get the purse first, you're not gonna get the ass
Yeah,
anyway. So
right. So you might as well get the purse first, ass last.
that's really how it is, for real.
Yeah, but the grind, like,
I mean, even nowadays, bro, like back in the day compared to what it is now, like how have you seen Miami change? Because I feel like Brickell back
Right.
then wasn't what it is now.
no, it definitely wasn't.
Wynwood definitely wasn't what it
Definitely
is.
wasn't. It's all the new
Downtown
stuff.
now, bro, Bayside, all these
Right.
places is like because of after COVID, LA and New York, a lot of people came down and we started.
At it full, right. But you know, just the whole reconstruction of the city, all these new buildings going up, the population increased, you know what I'm saying? And it's always been a melting pot. You always got a variety of people, you know what I'm saying? It's just how you move. Some cats be stuck right in their hood. Like me, I was always one. I was down Florida City all the way up to Palm Beach moving around. And I was just on the regular when all of them had the 305 area code.
Yeah.
Before they split us up and did 516 954, you know what I'm saying? But the city itself is I don't know. It's just a vibe. It's vibrant. You know, I love my people. I love the energy. Um, I don't know. I just love it, man. I like this. I like to see this. You know what I'm saying? And because you got to think, when we was coming up, they thought we was a small city or some kind of. They didn't know. When we was out there, when Luke and Tula was out there, and they took Portland Wind, they ain't had a clue. We would go to Chicago, Detroit, or out west. They didn't know what Miami was until
that's
we
crazy.
came back and video stuff. They started seeing it when they started coming over here. Then they ran into them boys.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's nothing to play with. All New York, yeah, but
Yep. That's what's up. Now it's like New York, LA, and you gotta mention Miami.
you got
Now
right.
you can't not mention Miami.
Right.
And that's shout out to you and everybody from Miami that has done what they
work.
did, because if it wasn't for people like you
Right.
and people like them, Miami wouldn't really be on the map like that.
Right, not like that. But you know, we did it. And thanks to the hip hop music, the rap music, you know, the bass game. You know, like even we had I tell people like if Miami was down there like a third world country. We got our own everything, you know what I'm saying? I said it's more of an outlaw city. You know, everybody hustling, everybody doing something, but we had our own sound. Like the energy was up tempo. It was more, I tell them, the tribal, it's jungle, it's Congo bongos, it's bass, and it's some horns, you know what I'm saying? It's an energy. Like when they used to talk about our music, right? With rap, I say, well, shoot, we can do all their music. We can talk gangster. We can do hip hop freestyle. But can any of them do this bass music? So they can't do this. I say, now, when they say, oh, they don't rap, that's why I came in the game, to put some real lyrics on them fast beats. Okay, boom. I say, listen to that song. You don't know why we lie. I say, it was that beat. I say, play the instrumental. Now let the music play. Now it's like, well, that's rocking.
Yeah.
But, you know, it so happened a play rapper happened to rap on it, but you know, put a real one on it with some flow, you know. But our beats was different, our energy, you know, and that's what we gave to the game, you know. Besides a lot of the slang they be saying, you know, a lot of slang came from us.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
man,
100%.
Yeah, it's contribution.
That's what's up, bro. And you know any like up and coming artists right now out of Miami that you want to shout out?
Well, I mean, I could shout out some of my favorite cats, you know, from Deslard to Mice Mill to Iceberg, you know. He like my favorite dudes. Like when I be vibing, I'm sure some more Billy Blue, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure some more. Y'all know who y'all is, man. Lil Dread, you know what I'm saying? Who I'm missing, dog, but just up and coming. Oh, Major 9 too, man. That dude, God. See, and these dudes, right, all these dudes got their own following. Like, it don't seem big on the major scale, but all these dudes still able to really eat and grind and book dates, do shows, and there be people that love them. Like, I watched this and I'm like, but damn, I ain't never heard that song, but everybody in the club singing it. Like, what y'all doing out here? But I guess that's the same on my end. They're like, well, damn, Jay, what you
It's kind of like what you said earlier. Like you got to build a name for yourself
building
first
that?
before you
Right.
start trying to get these deals. Cause
Yes.
that's really how it is. If you don't build up your brand and your name, and then you try
They,
to work out a deal,
yeah.
what do you think's gonna happen with that deal?
Yeah,
Like you're
you
not
ain't
gonna
got
get
nothing to bring
much.
to the table, nothing to
Yeah.
negotiate. But they not even messing with those people no more. They want to see your social media. They want to see
Yeah.
your fan. They want to see you before they even start talking to you. From what I hear.
And how important is it for a new artist to try to get into the clubs? Like aside from the
Get it
streaming,
playing.
to get it playing, yeah, like
Yeah,
to build a
definitely
relationship
important.
with DJs and try to
Yeah, that's the key though. Relationships with the DJs. You got to go see them. Um, and you want to get in the club, 'cause that's where a lot of people get their music from. Like, cause streaming, they ain't gonna just click on your button unless you paying for some ads and you got a hit record, then you might bleed over into somebody else's playlist. Other than that, you got to get the streets, And I tell artists, you got to be active in your own city, but then also you got to leave your city. You got to go somewhere else and network. And you really got to grind. If you want this, you got to grind though. It ain't no, that one in the billion that get lucky and push the button and it's popping
yeah, yeah.
overnight. But then those dudes come and go, fly by night. But if you want the grind, you can build a foundation and be stable. Man, I've been working on this for that long, man. I had to sell nothing, I ain't lose nothing. You know, it was greater at one time, but it's not bad today either. It's beautiful. My
That's what's
life is
up.
beautiful, man.
Yeah, bro, that's what's up. That's what it's about. You gotta just you can't stop. You got to
Yeah.
do it every single day. What is it for artists that are coming up trying to make it? What does the grind look like for an artist? Like how often are you making music? How often are you writing? How often are you performing?
Well, it seemed like today,
Like when you're coming up, like
uh,
would you tell an artist to like focus on your music more or focus on your
I would say focus on it because if that's your thing, do the music, get it to where you want it, and then you got to learn. Like, all right, focus on that music. Get something that you can sell, like some quality product, some timeless game. But you still got to learn the business. Anybody out there, I say learn the business. Like you can't play no game if you don't know the rules to it, because you're gonna foul out, or you're gonna go out of bounds, or you're gonna get penalties called on you all the time. But you got to learn the business. Like again, I told you, ain't nobody teach me nothing. I had to bump my head all the way. But you know, invest in it. Pay that attorney to read the paperwork, get some paperwork. But right now, we ain't talking about that. Trying to get a deal. You gonna have to like they used to tell me I didn't post enough, and they're like, nah, the game right here. You got. But I'm like, man, I can't just sit there and do this all day. That's not me. But I wasn't from that era.
that's how I feel right now with this
Right,
podcast, bro. I feel
right,
like people have told me they're like, "Yo, you don't post enough," and I'm
right.
like, "Bro, I barely got time to post." First of all, like,
But what I did learn, though, even if you don't post this, it's almost like your commercial. Just hit them with it. Throw it back up in the store. Just keep it going. Because as long as it keep coming by, it's fresh on their mind. 'Cause that's
yeah,
what they doing. And but I got a player partner that helps me with my social media
that's what's
now.
up. That's
So
what's up. That's the team. Shout
when
out
I
to the
yeah the
team.
team right, when I ain't there, they there. I've messed around, be somewhere sitting, and I see start seeing a bunch of anything.
Bro,
I look,
it's
I'm
it's
like,
it's, it's
okay,
a whole nother hustle. Like you get
right.
you get trapped in there. You get stuck.
Listen, man, my daughter said something about no, it was a girl from the radio station. I said it to her. She's like, yeah, they call it your social media career, like your internet career, like two different lives. We out here, but
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
got a whole nother life right here.
Straight up. That's
Yeah,
how
so
it
JT,
is.
how you like that your social media career? I'm like, what? That just sound funny to me.
Yeah, it's wild, bro. We're living through crazy times, but like it's all about adjustments and
Right.
awareness.
That's
That's
right.
that's what I say. Like you got to be aware of
You
what's
got
happening,
you
and then you
got
got
this,
to
brother.
adjust.
You got this, brother. You too smart already.
Bro,
Well, ain't no such thing as too smart. You
hey,
smart
I
already.
appreciate that,
You
but
smart already.
the guests that I've had on, like that helps me a lot because I'm taking time to like learn from people's
Yeah,
experiences,
you
learn
got it.
people's hustles, like. And speaking of learning, like again, for all the artists that are listening out there, um, when it comes to marketing and when it comes
Yeah.
to like the business side, just so people understand, like you want to make an album, that doesn't mean that make 10 tracks. You buy studio time to make 10 tracks, and then you release it and hope that it,
Oh,
there's marketing expenses, there's
right.
music videos. So
Yep.
tell me about that part. Like, how much does it cost usually to make a hit record, and how much does it cost to make like an album? Just so people know what the game is looking like.
Well, it's gonna vary because somebody you might go in there and just make that hit. Might just get lucky, or you gotta been sitting on it and turn out that way. But just to keep going, like, all right, making this Immortal album, I did enough material for 3 albums just to get this one. We got about 2 sitting on the floor, ready, to tighten up. So, and then with the marketing costs, it's going to be about getting you some content. Just keep content going, flowing, building up your brand. You know, make some T-shirts, man. You know what I'm saying? Get some promo stuff, something that you can give to these DJs. Relationships, man, because it's going to be working. Nothing, and you got to support. If you want some support, you got to support some people. The cast thing is about themselves, and I get it. It's supposed to be about you. But you show love, you get love. So if you're throwing an event, and if I'm free, and it don't hurt me to come by and just say what's up,
That's
show
what's up,
some
yeah.
support, do a shot, toast a
Yes,
drink,
sir.
boom. And then when I'm doing an event, I invite you, you might come through mine, and it worked that way, but everybody don't think that way though, it's a
No, but it's
selfish
true though. That's
game.
how it is. Like, you can't just expect everybody to support you and you don't show love.
Right, if you don't. So, and cast, and again, you could be hot today and then not hot tomorrow, and all that stuff staying true. Same people you see on your way up, see them back down, and that's how you treat people. Like I say, thank God I was a real one back then,
Yeah,
because you know,
that's what's up.
some people be happy to see us when we come through.
Yo, I want to know, like, how was it for you back in the day, being from Miami, coming up in Miami,
Yeah,
and then, like you said, you can't just be local. You got to go
yeah.
out there and get your music out. So how was all that traveling for you?
See, but our thing was different too. Now you gotta think we wasn't out. Me and Dale, we would do talent shows at school or something. We went to Big Daddy's 8600. It was a college night there. We in
See,
10th grade.
that's what I wanted. That's the
Yeah,
hustle right there.
yeah, we
Like,
in the
that's the
10th
hustle
grade.
that people don't know about, that you
We
have to do in order
right.
to get to where you're
We
at.
was able to get in the club. We had a little peach fuzz, and we was kind of big for our age. So we looked like college kids, but we was winning every week. We was first or second place. One day, Mr. Mix was in there, the DJ from Two Live Crew. He heard us, and he gave us signed us to the deal with Luke.
That's crazy.
So it ain't like we was running around trying to get on. We just happened to just blur. He heard us and put us on. It was a different animal back then. I was saying that to say something, man. I done trailed off. But all right, it was different then. The hustle,
I was asking you
oh,
about
the
the
travel.
traveling. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, even then, boom. And then when we got on, we was with a major independent. Like Luke Records was the biggest thing in the country, especially after the old Two Live Crew, Band USA.
Yeah.
His label was done. So, and we first came out, they called us the Baby Two Live Crew. So we could market all that. That was just a form of
True.
marketing brand that they were letting us piggyback off their name. And so we had a different thing. When we went out places, we was going with the big dogs. Today you gotta go make it happen. Meet some people, and yeah,
You never know. You got to shoot your shot.
yeah, you gotta shoot a shot.
Like how
Always.
you were shooting. That's what I call it. Like, you were out there shooting shots, and then one day, you never know, but one day
Right.
that one person heard you
That's
and
what
put
it
you
was.
on. That's crazy.
We wasn't even thinking about records then. We knew we could rhyme. We was good.
You were just doing it out of love, which
Yeah, love
usually
for the
that's how it
game.
works.
Yeah, we was.
I feel like from what I've like learned from people, like most of the time when they chase the money,
Yeah.
they don't really find it. But
No,
when you do something with love, the money finds you.
that's right. That's a true story. I believe that.
So what you got going on next? You got you working on a tour you mentioned?
Yes, I'm trying to get this Immortal tour together, this JT Money tour. Like right now, I'm actually on a promo run, so I'm going city to city,
Fire.
doing a lot of podcasts and interviews and DJ meet and greets. It's the stuff you got to do, artists, to get your music out there.
Yeah, you got to
So
move.
You ever hear?
Who schedules that for you? Like how many cities?
Breeze and Media Bay. Well, I'm just in Florida and Georgia right now. Then we're gonna probably move to Alabama and Louisiana, or we're gonna go to South Carolina, North
That's
Carolina. I
fire.
don't know what's gonna happen yet, but we're going up.
That's fire. That's the
Um,
only way.
yeah. So, and then I still take dates in between. I let it pay for itself. I just hustle smart, not so hard. But really smart. You know
True.
what I'm saying?
Hustle hard, then hustle smart. That's how it
Check,
is.
check.
Yeah, bro. That's what's up. So July 4th is
July
coming
4th,
out.
Immortal,
It's
right?
coming out. That's what's up, bro.
Breeze, how long since I dropped a real studio album? 23? 2020? Oh, shit. Yeah, first one is 2020. Yeah,
That's what's up, bro. That's quality though. That's
right.
quality over quantity all day.
Thank
That's
you.
the way I look at it.
Thank you.
So what studio do you like coming out when you're out here? You want to shout them out?
I don't know. What's the name of Will's studio? Who? Renegade? That's Will Notes? Because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to produce him, an engineer. This dude is cold. Young soldier, you know what I'm saying? And he show up too. Whenever we need him, he be right there.
That's what's
Will
up.
knows Renegade Studio, but now when I'm in Clearwater, I gotta give Lewis that shout out. When I'm up the road, Grooveland, that's my dude too. I got one in the bottom, one in the bay.
That's
we
that's
put
the
that
squad.
work
That's the
in.
team, bro. That's the
Yeah.
team. Speaking of engineers and producers, I want to ask you, like, how has it been for you to transition into what music is now? Because it's not what it used to be. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not really hard for me, and I tell people they make it hard. I say music is a feeling. You gotta feel. If it don't feel good, you're thinking too much. It's like when you go in there, you gotta. Oh yeah, that's it. If you ain't doing, if you sitting there trying to 1 + 2 is 3 carry the, it ain't working. get get out of
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
And
You're
then
treating it like a business instead of doing it like for fun.
right, because that's what the stuff that stick, the stuff that lasts, it feels good to the people. You gotta feel it. Like you can get 10 of your favorite artists on one record, they ain't gonna make it a hit. It's like, oh yeah, it's all them. They did that song, yeah. And I like such and such. I like, but here go Joe Blow and that. But that record such and such got boy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That the shit, you know what I'm saying? And we got a lot of underground hits, but I think every city got it. But right here, we got a lot of underground hits and bangers. Like, and I be hearing them, and they older. Like the songs is legendary, but they haven't been mainstream. And I'm like, wow. Like if I was one of them dudes, I'll get the opportunity. There's some cats I reach back and be like, who that dude made that record? We go find him.
Yeah.
In his mind, he probably thought, oh, man, I'm so like, boy, they ain't never heard it. The world ain't
That's
heard it. Let's
crazy.
go introduce it over here. Let's start a new. That's all you gotta do. That's what I'm saying. Get out your comfort zone. Get out your regular element and go create something. It ain't nothing till you make it something. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then when it comes to collaborating with other artists,
Yeah.
how do you go about that?
Well, once upon a time, I just did whatever they paid for features, but all money ain't good money. I don't need that. I try to do quality work. Like I work with dudes who I see working, handling business, and then some cats, like the features I got, they big names, but they grew up listening to my music. It makes sense to do these collabs. So I rather quality artists. Like I may see somebody, he might not even be that known, but I might see he or she.
Yeah,
They got a nice sound, man. Or like, cause really, like anything I could do to help. If I could lend that talent, my platform, or whatever, I would just do it. It ain't like I'm trying to charge you for it, cause all you gonna do is blow it up. But then guess what? You done took me with you too.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It ain't about holding you back.
100%.
It ain't about holding you back. It's about pushing you. You know what I'm saying? And then when you fly, shoot, I'm right there. When you saw you look back and say, Trey, what's up, boy?
Yes, sir. I gotta introduce you. I don't know if you know her, but Jayla Anderson. She's an artist from Miami. She's good. She's good. And then also my cousin Devon. I gotta put you onto that
Yeah, you do gotta put
so
me.
you can see what's up.
But
That's
see,
what it's about, bro.
when
You gotta find talent. You can't just look for people that already made it.
See, I don't want to call nobody name wrong, but that name, the first name,
Jayla
sounded
Anderson?
like I've seen something on the web.
Probably.
video.
Yeah, she goes viral sometimes. She's talented, bro. She's got a good flow. She has good lyrics, like you were saying. She has that Miami vibe for sure. Kind of sounds like Trina.
Mm.
But yeah, bro, she's been doing her thing. I gotta show you what's up with that.
Shout out to Cuz.
Yes, sir.
That's your cousin?
My cousin Devon.
Oh, Devon, your cousin.
Yeah.
Cuz.
Yes, sir. He met Deslock. They freestyle. I gotta show you that too. They were here. They freestyled off the top. It was crazy.
Yeah, that sounds like that. Yeah, I remember those days.
Do you when you make music, do you like to write a lot, or are you just off the top with the?
Nah, I definitely write. I'm serious about what I'm saying. You know, if I catch fire, I just catch fire. But I go in with intent. Like, I know what I want to say on this record. I want to make sure I get my point across. I ain't just trying to fill in the blanks to get back to the hook.
Yeah.
Story. When I first was doing that Pimmin' on Wax album, and I was in the booth and I was trying to change the line, and the dude told me to say, like, come on, Jay, it's just 2 lines, man. Just say anything. Nobody really care about what you're saying. And I was hurt. My feelings were hurt.
That's crazy.
It was like, hold up, mom. I made my name by what I was saying. My lyrics is what got me here. Like, don't play with me, because he liked the song now. But I'm like, hold up, it ain't finished. I want to change that. Oh, man, Jay, don't nobody really care about what it's like. Boy, that was offensive to me.
Yeah, no, 100%. Somebody that cares about lyrics, every bar,
right,
every bar means something.
Yeah, like, boy, you better.
Yeah, I grew up listening to a lot of Lil Wayne and 50 Cent, so they're very lyrical. Like, their bars, they mean a lot. You know, it's not just like some other artists out here. They just kind of say anything just to get that rhyme.
Right.
So I respect that, bro. I'm very big on lyrics. I like music that tells a story.
Tell a story, right? And that's what's gonna hit home and resonate with people. Like, you can always brag about yourself, what you got, what you done did, who you hit. Okay, we heard that. But now give me something I can relate to, or something that I would grow from, you know? Just some game, you know? And I've always used music that way. Like, this is how I actually communicate with the streets. I'm talking to them. They talk back to me at the shows, you know? But I've always went in with intent, not just cause.
That's what's up, bro. And then a question that I like to ask everybody on the show is, what does Miami mean to you?
Miami means home. Miami means home base security. Like, I can go anywhere in the world, but I'll be happy to get back here. And when I get here, I turn back up again. Like, if I went somewhere and got drained, I can come here and charge my battery back up. And, you know, this way all my family are born and raised, you know.
That's what's up. That's where the love is at, in Miami. That's why you got to come back here to get the batteries charged.
Yes.
It's all love, especially in the crib, at home. Yo, JT, we appreciate you for coming out. We appreciate you for being here. It's a blessing for real. It's a true honor.
Having me, baby.
Yes, sir. And you already know, July 4th, the album is coming out.
Immortal.
Go stream Immortal. Yeah. Go stream Miami Mount Rushmore. You already know what it is.
Yes.
Miami legend right here. Until next time, bro. Appreciate you. Yeah.